Okay, I'm Stephen R. Penecitos, and this is my final menu. So here is my variables for sequence, selection, and iteration. So let me file it. Let's wait. Okay, the compression has proceeded. It's ready. So this is the so let me size it for the so this is my so here's the code for that. I use the for looping, I use looping menu, and then for the final menu, this is the main menu. And then I use if for switching, and then for sequence, there are three, actually four selection, which are sequence submenu, selection submenu, iteration submenu, and then for exit. And then let's pick sequence submenu. So here's the output for sequence submenu. So let's try the average for the whole set. And here's the output. So let's say 85, 86, and then 7. So the average for the whole sum is 89.33. So let's check our code. So here's the code for semester average. First, I accept the variable z for suppressing the 0, and then for same as the midterm and the finals. Then move the suppressing 0 to original variable, and then variable to suppressing 0. Then save as the midterm and finals. So for displaying the decimal, you need to move the original variable of average to average t, which will be displaying the decimal point. So our output will be 89.33. So next problem, let's say perimeter and area of rectangle. So let's enter length 12.4 and 23.5. So the area of the rectangle is 291.4, and then the perimeter will be 71.8. So let's check the code. So this is my code for perimeter and area of a rectangle. So let's accept for the number of length. So number length x is in order to put the decimal point. So let's move the displaying for the decimal point to original variable, and then original variable to suppressing the 0. And then that's same with when entering the width. Then for computing the area of rectangle, we need to multiply the original variable num length, which is the length of a rectangle, and then width of the rectangle, so giving the total area. And then after getting the total area, let's move the total area to suppressing the 0. And then the area, so displaying the area of a rectangle, we need to move the original variable to suppressing the 0. And then it will be suppress the 0. And then same with the perimeter, let's add the length of the rectangle, and then with the right number, and then we'll do giving the total add. And then let's move also the original variable to suppressing to 0. And then multiply 2 by original variable of total add, and then giving the total perimeter. So let's move the original perimeter, total perimeter to total perimeter z for suppressing 0. And then it will give the total perimeter c. So it will be with decimal point 71.8. Okay, let's try quadratic equations. So for a value a or so first root will be -1, and then the second root is -3. So let's take a look. In the roots, we need to accept the non-ax, and same as b and c. So we need to move the x with sign, and then for the original variable, then original variable to signed variable, and then signed variable to original variable. Same with the b and c. And then here we need to solve for the square root first, and the inside of the parenthesis, and then for squaring the answer in this compute, and then we need to compute for the two roots, so which I used function square root. And then let's move for sign. For signs, let's move the original variable for and to signed variable. Same with x2, original variable, and to signed variable. So it will be display the variable, the answers here. So let's try again for quadratic equation. Say 1, 4, then 3. So it will be display the +3 and +1. So again, we completed the sequence submenu. So let's go back with our for selection submenu. Pick 2. So here, same loop. Then this is the code for my selection submenu. Yeah, let's try revised grade. Oh no, let's try revised grade. So let's try 83, 86, then 1. So the average will be 86.66, then 1. General weighted average is 2.2.0. So let's check the code. Okay, the GWA function. So user will enter his or her prelim by suppress 0 variable, and then same as with the midterm and finals. Then move the suppressed variable to original variable, and then average, and then average for the output of average, we need to move the original variable to the variable with decimal point. Then it will display if average is greater than or equal to 97 and less than or equal to 100, it will be displayed the G1. So it's the code. To get less than 75, it will display the G1 is 5 and failed. So this is the, so let's try then tender amount order and amount tender. Okay, the amount of order, let's say 5,000. Enter amount tendered, let's try 400. So it will display the amount tender must be greater than the total amount. So here's the code for amount tendered. So for entering the order number, we need to accept the suppressing the 0, and then for the amount tendered, for displaying the comma for thousands, and then also for the amount tendered. So we need to move the order number suppress 0 to original order number to original order variable to suppress 0, and then we need to move the with comma to original variable, the original variable to the signed variable, and then signed variable to original variable, and then tendered x, which is the signed variable, to original, then original to end with sign or comma. Then if tendered is less than the total number 1, which is here 5,000 and then 400, and then it will display the amount tender must be greater than the total amount. So let's try again. Let's say for 5K, and then I give my money tendered 7,000. So our change will be $2,000. So it will be subtracted, and it will display the change to signed variable, move the original variable change to signed variable change, and display the $2,000. So for the last problem, let's say bank. So enter your bank account number or bank name, Steven, balance, let's say 5,600. Then so we're entering what transaction I will choose. Is it withdraw or deposit? So let's say withdraw. So withdraw, I will withdraw 2,000. So our receipt will be bank account number, bank account name. So our current balance here, we inputted 5,600, and then we withdraw 2,000, and then our new balance will be 3,600. So let's try again. Number 54, even balance, say 5,800. Let's deposit. Enter the amount to deposit. So say I deposit 3,000. So it will so our bank for the receipt transaction is deposit, and then account number before bank account name, just even then current balance we inputted 5,800, and then we deposited amount of 2,000. It will display the new balance 8,800. Okay, we are done for the selection. Oh, we're not. So let me explain the the code for bank. For entering your bank account number, so let's eliminate the zeros, and then for suppressing the zero, you move to bank account number, which is the original variable, and then original variable to suppress zero. And then for the bank name, for characters, and then entering the balance. So for this is the comma for thousands, and then remove the comma variable to original variable to variable, and then for displaying the sign, then sign to original variable. Then it will be asked for you to withdraw or to deposit. So if bank trans is deposit or D, so deposit, and then the amount, enter the amount to deposit. So it will bank deposit X for comma for thousands, and then bank deposit comma to original variable, and then original variable to sign with dollars. Then new balance, it will display the bank deposit plus bank balance, and then the new balance to sign new balance, which displays here. And then for deposit or for withdraw, so entering the amount that we withdraw, and then withdraw X for sign, the comma, to X to original variable, and then original variable to sign display, and then compute new balance minus withdraw, so new balance to sign display, and then it will be display the receipt. Transaction withdraw, bank number, bank Z, bank name, current balance, then balance, and here's the displaying for the new balance. So we are done with the solution submenu. So let's go back with our menu. So for iteration submenu. This is iteration. Okay, for iteration, let's check. So after select sequence submenu and the selection submenu, we're going to the iteration submenu. So this is the main menu for iteration submenu. So here's the code displaying for the iteration menu, the selections, so is the if statement for choosing for the functions. So let's start with tutorial. So enter a number for getting the factorial. Let's say 5. So the factorial is 120. So let's check the factorial. So here is the code for factorial. So let's enter a number, and for looping, we need to perform fact1 and the fact1 until itera number nu1 equals itera minus fact. So let's move for eliminating the zeros, we need to move the itera nu2 to itera nu2z. So let's display the factorial. So we need to display the suppressed variable, and then for another loop or another function, we need to add 1 to itera nu1, and then compute for itera nu2 equals itera nu2 for solving the factorial. So here's the code and the output. Let's try another Fibonacci. So here in Fibonacci, it will input for the max value of the number. Let's say 500. So here's the sequence for Fibonacci. So here's the limit for reaching before it reaches the 500. So here's the code for Fibonacci. You enter a number for the max value for 6,000, and then set an X, and then perform the loop with test after until k is greater than mx. So it will stops here to here. So we move k to kz for eliminating the zero, and then display kz for suppress zero, and then add I to j giving k. So we need to keep adding, and then move j to I, then move k to j for desired output. Okay. Let's try again. Okay, let's go back with iteration of main menu. So let's try palindrome. So we need to enter a number. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the reverse number of 1, 2, 3, 4 is 4, 3, 2, 1. So here we need to enter PNM1, then move PNM1 to PNM2 for getting the variable, and then for eliminating the zero, we need to PNM2 to PNM2Z for suppressing the zero, and then move PNM4 to PNM4Z for eliminating the zero, and then we need to display the suppress zero variable, and then this suppress variable 0, and then for next function, we need to divide PNM1 by 2, giving PNM1 divided by PNM3. Then compute for PNM4 is equal to PNM4 times 10 plus PNM3. And then we use it here the until loop, or it will continues to loop, and then for perform poly A para until PNM1 is equal to 0. So that's all for my main final main menu for sequence, submain menu, selection submain menu, and then iteration submain menu. Thank you and have a good day.